this is a really long song. How can I do this? Do you see Amy Mann? I don't. That's my most popular song, Static, on the radio. But this is my least popular song because I've never, ever played it anywhere in the world. But I was going to tell you the story of the Perfect Day to Chase Tornadoes. And then we'll go to this one. There's 2 story songs to end it, and you'll be really bored by the end of it. So I play that song, Perfect Day to Chase Tornadoes. It's an important song to me because people have come up over the years after shows and told me stories about how it helped them. I didn't ever think that anything I would do would help other people. I was kind of a fuck up and figured everything I do would just make things worse. But people all over the world have talked to me about this song, and I was playing at a famous venue, Paradiso in Amsterdam. And at the end of the night, I go over to the merch table, and we sell CDs and LPs, and usually the first people in line are the people that want to catch their bus and just get an LP or something like that. And the end of the line it's the squirrely people. It's the ones who want to tell you a story. And in this case, there were 3 people at the end of the line that I was like, uh-oh, here comes the stories. And so the first lady was a tall, beautiful Dutch woman, probably about 50 and very elegant looking. And kind of looked out of place there, dressed nicely, like, like she had a lot of money, and what was she doing listening to my songs? So, and then behind her, there was a little short, stubby guy, kind of bald and had a big scar on his head. And then behind him was a handsome young man, about 23 or 24. So she stepped forward, the last person bought. She said, I don't want to buy anything. I just wanted to tell you that in my will, the last will and testament, I have it clearly stated that at my funeral, Perfect Day to Chase Tornadoes should be played. And when you're writing a song and you're suicidal, and I was 38 years old, 39 years old, you don't ever think it will help someone. And here's this woman telling me that she wants it played as she leaves this earthly plane. And I was so honored and so touched. I just kind of burst into tears, and I gave her a hug. And we're hugging, and right behind her is a little stubby guy. He's got a kind of a Polax look in his face. And I can say Polax here. That's the kind of you know what a Polax is, right? Yeah, it's like, I say Polacks in Europe, and they're like, but it's not nice to say that about Polish people. So he had the Polax look on his face, and I was hugging her, and he was shaking his head, and I said, what's wrong? And he said, I wanted to tell you my story about A Perfect Day to Chase Tornadoes. And stuff like this happens to me. I've got some kind of weird wire that connects me to crazy shit like this. So I said, you have a story too? And he said, yes. He said, I'm a truck driver, and 2 years ago I was in a terrible wreck. You can see the scar on my head. I hit black ice, and I went through the windshield. And I was in a coma in the hospital. And a week passed, and 2 weeks passed, and after a month, the doctors told my family to just prepare because I wasn't going to make it, that I was going to die. And my family didn't believe it, and they knew how much I loved music, so they brought a CD player, like a boombox, into the room, and they started playing me my favorite songs, and they played 22 songs, and the 23rd song was A Perfect Day to Chase Tornadoes, and I woke up from the coma. And it's like, holy shit. How does that happen? First of all, that happens, but there's 2 people in line sequentially. This is how life formed in the universe right here. This is it, this is like 2 weird random elements, and there they are, and they have the same story, only his was about rebirth, and hers was about death. And so I gave him a big hug, and she's smiling, and a crowd of people are gathering around going, well, this is crazy. And I'm looking up at the kid, the 22-year-old, and he's shaking his head. And I said, same song? And he said, yep. This happened. I'm not making this shit up. This happened. And so he said, it was released the same year I was born, and I heard it from the time I was born, the Perfect Day to Chase Tornadoes. It was my father's favorite song, and when I turned 16, I learned how to play it on guitar to make him happy. And now, whenever I go out with a beautiful woman, I play it for her and she sleeps with me. And I thought, whoa, wait a minute. We got it all. Procreation, rebirth, death. This is probably the best song ever written. Next to the one I'm going to sing for you now. So I first came to Ireland when I was famous. Not a has-been like I am now. But I came here and I had quite extraordinary experiences that defy explanation. Like I say, the book is a synopsis of 10 years of mental health crisis and crazy synchronicity and phenomenal coincidence that cannot be explained. I always thought about that first visit and how strange it was. And when Clive invited me back in 2017 to come and do some shows, I decided I was going to write a song about it. And so I did. The song is called Saturday Night in Ireland in the year of our Lord, 1999. It's a good title. It's catchy, you know. So, and I got ready, and I got ready to come over and play it, but then COVID happened. And I did not feel, how can I do this? I did not feel honest singing it anywhere else in the world before I sang it in Ireland first. It felt like that would be a sin. So it's a long song, and you'll be tired of me by the end of it. But I hope you listen to the words, and I thank you for listening quietly tonight and not talking during the songs, because that would have made me have to come down and break this $40 guitar over your head, which I have done before. This is going to work out. I can read now. All right. So Saturday Night in Ireland in the year of our Lord 1999, the world premiere. It's never been played live before. Could you give me a little more of the guitar and the monitor? Okay? It's a Saturday night, and I'm in Ireland. It's just past 3 a.m., and I can't sleep. What with them jokers downstairs, singing loud and off key, and that brawl that's breaking out down the street. This cheap Dublin hotel, it has an odd welcome smell, like fine cigarettes, just freshly lit. But beyond the lobby and up the back stairwell comes the telltale aroma of stale beer and piss. Over here, over there, lifted voices in the air. We're all stumbling blind on a wing and a prayer. This Saturday night in Ireland, hello Dublin, we shake hands again. A pretty girl named Mulcrone, she goes passing alone. She's bemoaning how her fiancé has ditched her. Now she's begging this busker to loan her the bus fare back to Sligo in hopes an old ex there will forgive her. But this busker, he's a pro, so on he intones, not skipping a beat till she clops off down cobblestone streets. The questions are many, it's less so with the answers. And from this distance, I could swear that busker is Glenn Hansard. It was. Over here, over there, there's a shout, there's a prayer. There's a fight, there's a flirt, there's a poem in the dirt. There's blood in the mud and such magic above this Saturday night in Ireland. Hello Dublin, we shake hands again. Now how I came to be here in the land of Tralee was what management described as my big Irish break. But my opening set for the band Simple Minds at first glance looked to be a colossal mistake. Oh, how them Simple Minds fans, they cheered and they hissed when I first appeared, toting that banjo with me. But about 3 songs in, the same furious crowd, well, they were all singing along, shouting, "Play us another one, Jimmy!" Over here, over there, there's a shout, there's a prayer, there's a fight, there's a flirt, there's a poem in the dirt. Yes, there is blood in the mud and such magic above this Saturday night in Ireland. Hello, Dublin, we shake hands again. Now with the success of the show, well, I decided I'd go grab some fast food down on the main drag. There, this big old mean drunk, he was hassling customers. And when he saw me, he howled out, "Are you a cowboy or a fag?" So me, feeling my oats, real politely, I spoke, suggesting that he go fuck his mother. Man coughed twice, then real nice told the teenage cashier, "I'll be buying this good man his dinner." And he did. He paid for my meal. And into the night I sailed, thinking how real and surely how right that air always feels. Wait a minute now. If they paid for, and into the night I sailed, thinking how real and how right the Dublin air feels, so alive and so bright, as the air always feels when a soul falls in love with a place that's so real. Hell, it's almost surreal. And that's just how the air feels this Saturday night here in Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, I'm in Dublin, Ireland, where I will not sleep tonight. Though fools are aplenty, still saints can be found. Though our troubles are many, still blessings abound. Here's the wink, here's the frown, here we dance round and round this Saturday night in Ireland. I'm in goddamn Ireland, and it's so good to be back among friends.